Shemai. Today we're going to have a look at one of my favourite funguses, mostly because it's such an unusual shape. And we're going to have a look at the wood ear or jelly ear. It's Oracularia, auricula-judae, or in Welsh, Cluster-ysgaw. And it's a fascinating fungus just because, like I say, the name gives it away. It looks just like an ear. These wood ears or jelly ears are common all year round, but they're best found in the winter months, particularly January when they're most abundant. Now, we are in March and it was just opportunistic. I found this lovely elder branch here and thought it was worth having a quick look at. Now, as I say, this is growing on a dead elder branch and they actually grow on elder 70% of the time, around about that, but occasionally they grow on other trees like beech and sycamore and ash. And they're found in damp, shady conditions and generally grow in clusters, as you can see here. Now, I'm down by a small stream, so it seems like the perfect habitat here for it. So these bracket fungus, they can grow between sort of 4 to 10 centimetres in diameter, and they're brown and shiny on the inside. Now it's a bit tricky, don't know if you can just see, you can see the light coming through that one. They're brown and shiny on the inside, and they're like a matte, sort of not shiny on the outside, and they're paler. Now the interesting thing with them is that they are soft and rubbery and like gelatinous, and you can see if I sort of move that around and wobble it, you can see how sort of, shake the branch there, how kind of wobbly they are. Now when they're young, they're bowl shaped, and there's a nice one just by there. I don't know if you can just see it by my finger. Just see that it's bowl shaped there. And then they kind of, as they get older, they turn into this kind of ear shape. And there's a nice one, if I just come around the back there, just make that one out by there, and you can see this one, see how it's kind of shaped like an ear, and some will be remarkably like an ear, and they're connected, be careful with this one because I don't want to damage it, but they're connected by a very short stalk. A fascinating thing about these jelly fungus is that they can actually freeze solid and then thaw out and continue to grow. Now, we had a frost last night, not a really heavy frost, but the frost would have definitely have gone onto this, and it will just continue to grow. It has no issue with it at all. Now, these can be picked and dried, and you can dry them out until they sort of go crispy, and then if you put them back into water, they'll reconstitute completely and perfectly within about 10 minutes. Now, the reason people would pick them is because they are edible but tasteless. But as with all of these things, I mean, unless you're absolutely 100% sure of anything, I just wouldn't go eating anything that you're not sure of, because this can actually be confused with a similar looking fungus that is poisonous. So unless you're sure, you just don't risk it. Now the thing is with being tasteless is that actually these have been used to sort of just add a bit of extra substance to things like soups and things. So these are also called, I know them as sort of wood ears and jelly ears, but they're also known as Judas's ear, due to what's actually an unlikely legend that Judas Iscariot hanged himself on an elder tree after betraying Jesus Christ. Now this is recounted in Shakespeare's Love Labour's Lost, so possibly where that story came from. And it also believed that legend says that the ears that emerge from the elder wood represent his tormented soul, so Judas Iscariot's tormented soul. So there we go, the wood ear or jelly ear, a really easy one to find and identify. Like I say, be 100% sure, but they are safe, they're not poisonous. And like I say, quite comical, quite an interesting one to look at, especially as they look like an ear. So go out, see if you can find them, and it will also help you identify elder. And good luck.